All right, big dog. If you are not signing a client every single day in your agency, coaching, consulting, online high ticket service business right now, and you're running ads and you have a team on board right now and you are not signing the amount of clients you want, you aren't signing a client every single day almost, or you're aspiring to be someone who can get to that stage where they can sign a new client every single day, but you just don't feel like you know exactly how to do it. Today, I'm going to share with you exactly what has changed our own business on the internal, but also hundreds of agencies that we've worked with over the past 6 years. From people who might sign one client a week to three, four, even five per week, routinely and consistently, without changing ad spend, without adding new team, without doing anything other than increasing the volume of people that we ask to become a client per fucking day. That's it. Nothing changes. What I've identified is that the difference between guys who make, 50 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 100 grand a month, 300 grand a month, 500 grand a month. Yes, there's systems. Yes, there's additional ad spend. Yes, there's more team. Yes, there is systems and procedures and all those different things. However, what I've noticed is the biggest predictor of whether someone will actually hit the numbers that they want to is how efficient they are with every single lead and every single opportunity that they have coming into their world. Be it a ad lead, cold email lead, content lead, lead that comes through your YouTube, lead that comes through an ad that was 8 months ago that you reach back out to and have a new reason to reach out in your pipeline, right? The more efficient you are with converting more leads, the more money you can spend on ads, the more money your team will make, the more money that you. And if you are not getting the amount of clients you actually want right now, it's not your leads, it's not your funnel, it's not your niche, it's not your offer, it's because you're not asking enough people to become a fucking client, right? More times than not, every time I look in the actual accounts of a client or a prospect, it is directly reflective of looking in their tracker and seeing how many people were pitched in the last 7 days is a direct reflection of how many people signed up, firstly, obviously, and then how much money they make at the same time as well. And your revenue is directly proportionate to how many people you ask to become a client. Not how many leads you get, not how good your content is, not how perfect your funnel is, how many people you actually ask. Obviously, you don't need to have the fucking crazy math to associate and understand this. But if you have a close rate, 20%, right? If you ask 5 people to become a client, maybe you get one. Maybe. On it would be a terrible close rate, in my opinion. But you might get that one that week. But if you ask 20 people to become a client, you might get 4 to 6 clients. Same offer, same skill, same you. The only difference is the volume of asks that you actually make. I think after having worked with hundreds of people, I was chatting with a client of ours who started with us at about $30,000, works in the construction and trades niche, who was essentially making about $10,000 per month when he started with us. He's at about $60,000 per month right now. And he would always say, like, I don't have enough leads. My audience isn't ready. I need better ads. I need more calls booked. The leads I have are broke. Nobody wants to buy. And I sort of looked at him and looked around his content. I looked around his existing CRM. I looked around the effort that he and his team were putting in. I looked around the amount of outbound that they were doing per day relative to the amount of money they were spending on ads. And I looked at everything and looked at it's not an effort issue that's preventing them from being able to actually hit these goals. It's that the effort is going into the wrong area. They're doing a lot in terms of activity to potentially get new conversations started, but the beliefs that they had around who they were allowed to ask to become a client were fucking broken. And as a consequence of that, their lead to set and lead to client conversion ratio was fucking tiny. You're talking like in the single percentiles. Whereas if I get 10 leads, I expect to be able to ask 2 of those people to become a client because my beliefs are different to others. And the second that we were able to actually shift this guy's beliefs from I don't know how to get more clients from the leads we have, all the people in our world, and shifting them from believing that they need to be the perfect fucking lead who've told them they want to work with you and come through the perfect funnel, whatever the fuck it is, and realizing that if I have a person in front of me and they are my ideal client, and they actually have a problem that I fundamentally core root believe know that I can solve, then it's actually my responsibility to ask them to become a client. It is my responsibility to point out the gap, point out the trap they're currently in, and ask them if they would like to talk about how I can help them solve that in a way that makes it a win-win on both sides as well. And what I realize for most people is they do not have a lead problem. They have a permission problem. You don't believe you're allowed to ask directly. You don't believe you're allowed to lead the conversation. And you don't believe you're allowed to move someone toward becoming a client unless the conditions are fucking perfect, which is a terrible way to run sales and a terrible way to run a sales team and a terrible way to actually operate in business because your beliefs are broken. And if your beliefs are broken, then you'll make a tiny amount of money in comparison to what you're actually able to and willing, or sorry, not willing, but able to and are capable of making purely because your beliefs are fucking stupid. So instead, you wait for the ask, you nurture, you gaslight yourself into believing that they aren't ready, and you overthink and you delay and you stay your version of broke. Now, your version of broke might be $50,000 a month. Your version of broke might be $10,000 a month. I get an excessive different selection of people who might come and watch my YouTube because it's on the fucking YouTube out here, right? The average person that comes to work, but this is YouTube. Fucking anyone with the internet and a YouTube account can come in here and watch this. So I can't specifically directly speak to where you are at right now because you might be a brokey. I have no fucking clue, right? And if you are, use this shit. Get fucking something. And if you're not, you have a permission problem and you need to have your beliefs broken to be able to actually see that there is a solution to this long term. The old belief is I need perfect leads, the perfect funnel, the perfect moment. The new belief you need to install for yourself is if someone doesn't have what they want and I can help them, I have a responsibility to ask that person to become a client of mine. It's not being annoying. It's not being pushy. It's not being salesy. If you know that you are good at what you do and you know you are not one of the scammers out there who are not going to fuck over people when they do pay you money, and no one who comes and watches my channel would ever be one of those people because you know that I would call you the fuck out way quicker and you would feel so uncomfortable knowing that I would call you a fucking scammer myself. But if you're one of the good guys and you do not actively get out there and prove to people that you are worthy of helping them serve, so you're worthy of serving them and worthy of helping them achieve these goals purely by having the guts to ask them to work with you because you have that conviction that you are one of the good guys, knowing that most of the people in the space are actually fucking useless, can't even get results for their fucking clients, and make them feel like shit and put the blame back on them when you're one of the good guys, you're one of the guys who should be a massive fucking big dog, and you're one of the people who actually deserve every single person who's in your inbox who is the right fit, who you want to work with, to get the opportunity to at least have their beliefs broken around why you aren't a piece of shit enough for them to actually want to consider to pay you money. Because if you help them, you'll do a way better job than anyone else. And you need to keep that belief installed within yourself too. One of the best ways to do that is to post content. One of the best ways to do that is to do long form content to have people consume your stuff and have them believe in you, what you do, the way you do it, how you do it, and why the way you do it is actually a way that would help them achieve their goals because you fully understand the problems they're experiencing and everything else associated to that as well. And having your team also be proponents or leaders who lead these people because they see the issue they're having, they see the life experience they're experiencing that might be fucking terrible for them, they see an opportunity to close the gap for them, and they see an opportunity to stop them from being able to stay in the trap that they're currently in. And you take the responsible leadership approach of being gutsy enough to ask them to fucking work with you because you are responsible to do so. Now, if you can make that shift, you will make an absurd amount of money. You'll get the biggest amount of return on advertising spend and you'll be able to create the fucking life that you always wanted. And this is where the daily client formula actually comes from. The rule is, whether it's you or a team member, you guys need to ask 3 to 5 people to become a client per day, every day, no exceptions. I don't care if you have no leads, your ads aren't working, your calendar is empty, you don't feel fucking ready. None of that removes your ability to ask. And if you give me that bullshit like, I don't have anyone to ask, I can't fucking find them, I haven't got the leads, I'm a fucking, a fucking little fairy who can't fucking get over himself enough to be able to figure out that there actually are people, but you have such a perfectionism bias that it has to be fucking perfect, you're going to fail anyway. If you're a perfectionist, stay the fuck away from it because you're never going to be able to actually get the results. But if you are a perfectionist who is just terrified of getting it fucking wrong and you need someone to call you out, and you know that when you get called out, you actually get the results that you want because you realize you were being a fucking idiot, then watch more of my stuff. You will feel called out. And then the second that you actually realize that I'm the right fucking guy for you because I'm not actually going to hold you to the standards that you hold yourself to, I'm going to hold you to the standards that I would hold you to so you can raise your own standards and stop being a perfectionist little bitch, then you'll get the results you actually want. Because this is where you've been lying to yourself. Opportunities are fucking everywhere, right? You watching this right now, you're 11 minutes and 36 seconds into watching this fucking YouTube video. You, my friend, are an opportunity for me. And if I reached out to you right now and asked you, if I promised you that in 21 days I could have our 7-figure sales machine installed into your business and have you or your sales team be able to make these 3 to 50 grand in the first 45 days of working with me as a consequence of the behaviors and the actual leads you would have coming in because of the systems we can install, chances are you would look at me and say, I'd be a fucking idiot for not doing that. So opportunities are everywhere. You're an opportunity for me right now. If you are watching this and if you want to actually become a client, shoot me a message on Instagram, or there is an application below to be able to do that, because you know you'd be an idiot to not take that opportunity up, knowing that we can help in that scenario. But like, I know there are opportunities everywhere. Like, you're an opportunity for me right now. There's opportunities everywhere for you too. This could be people who liked a post of yours, people who commented on a post of yours. Could be a new follower on Instagram, new follower on LinkedIn, new follower on Facebook. Could be an old follower, someone who's been on your friends list or your followers list for an absurd amount of time. Could be people sitting in your DMs right now. Could be people in your email list. Could be old leads from 3 to 6 months ago. It could be people who didn't book a call. It could be people who ghosted. It could be people who said, not now. It could be referrals. It could be literally anyone who fits your fucking ICP that you know you can help solve. I've signed clients from people who like to post, people who followed me yesterday, people who opted into an ad from 6 months ago, people who watched a fucking story of mine on Instagram, a story of mine on Facebook, who liked a video of mine on YouTube. And all of these people are just sitting there waiting to be converted. And most people just don't have the ability to be able to cut through their own negative narratives that they've created, that have built beliefs that drive their behaviors, that put them into a position where they don't actually get the amount of conversions that they want from the leads they actually have into their world. And they don't see everyone as a lead, so they don't make the amount of money they fucking want, and they don't feel the power, control, and the big fuck you, I'm the man energy that they really, 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 really want and deep down deserve. And your certainty dissipates every day as a consequence of that. The only reason that these people aren't a client of yours just yet is because you haven't asked. The only reason that you aren't a client of mine just yet is because I haven't directly asked you. So if you would like me to help you solve those things, and you want my help actually fixing your offer, your sales, your back-end operations, your team issues, and your ability to be able to become the biggest and best version of yourself, to be one of those big dogs, again, it's an application below. Fill it out and have us fucking help you. Again, I'm asking more people to become a client per day right now, just like you should be doing every single day. This is where I don't want you to overcomplicate this stuff as well, right? I didn't have a perfect script for that. I just fucking riffed and I said, if you are not an idiot and you want a result like this to help increase the fucking certainty that you have that you will not be stuck in the day-to-day, and you will not be in a position where you have to fucking worry about the same bullshit you've been experiencing for the past 2 years, being stuck at 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month, being stuck in operations, being stuck in a position where you get pulled into every fucking decision, even though you have a fucking team on board right now, then you would be an idiot to not pay me and have myself and my team come in to be able to solve those issues for you, right? No perfect script. That wasn't a perfect funnel. No 17 fucking, step nurture sequence. I identified the problem. I called it out. I showed you I can solve it, and I asked you to do that. So again, if you want help solving this shit, and you don't want to be stuck in the day-to-day, and you don't want to be stuck not being able to get the massive ROAS you fucking want, click the link below. Book in for a fucking call, right? But for you guys, it could be as simple as going to any of the people who are in your pipeline, followers on Instagram, whatever else that it is, people you've spoken to who were unconverted leads from sales calls that did not convert, and say, hey man, I feel fucking compelled to reach out and ask you why you aren't a client of mine just yet. I fucking know with every fiber of my soul that you should work with me. I think deep down you've seen enough of my content that you believe that you should work with me too. And I feel like a fucking idiot having not already have asked you to pay me money to help you solve the issues that you're currently experiencing. And if you knew that I could help you solve that, and if you knew that I could help put together a plan that would help make it so that you could get started and we can come to an agreement on what that looks like, and we can come to a conclusion that is a win-win on both sides, where you feel like you're getting a great fucking deal and I feel like I'm getting a great fucking deal, and you feel like you're getting the results you want and I feel like I'm working with a client who I feel like I can scale the fuck up and scream from the fucking rooftops about how great the results we are getting, would you be against seeing how I could help you fucking solve that? Right? Now, you wouldn't do this to someone who's cold. You would do this to someone that you've spoken to or have some marginal relationship with. They like to post, they watch your stories, or whatever the fuck it is, if that makes sense. And you just reach out with conviction. You say, you should work with me. Here are the reasons that I believe that. Because I believe that, I think we should explore that. If you don't disagree with exploring it, and you would be open to finding a way to do it with the contextual beliefs that we both have to hold around coming to a conclusion around creating a deal together, would you be closed off to doing that? Or would you take me up on it knowing that I can change your fucking life? You do that to 20 people today, you'll make a fuckload of money. That's it. It's as simple as that. Everything changed for us when we stopped thinking about, is this the perfect lead? Did they come from the right fucking funnel? Are they qualified enough? And start thinking, is this a human with a problem I can solve? And if it is, I'm going to ask them. Reach out to people in your DMs, liking posts, old pipelines, sitting in the DMs, people who never booked. Have your sales team reach out to people who in any of these areas. Have your sales team do it in their own profiles. Have your sales team do it through your CRM. Have your sales team do it through past clients who never fucking got the full result 2 years ago when they could have and should have in that period of time. Within 1 to 2 messages, you can ask these people to become a fucking client. The result for you guys, well, for us, was tripled client volume, not from better ads, not from better leads, but from asking more fucking people. I can come up with a slew of different past client results who've been able to do the same. I have a client right now whose name is Savannah. She's a fucking savage, 70K per month marketing agency owner. We help dial in her sales operations with her setter and herself, spending $3,000 a month on ads, making $70,000 a month back from ads right now. Fucking absurd, right? Why is it working? It's because we made sure that they ask every fucking lead to become a client. We train them on that. We make sure that they understand exactly how to do it. And we make sure that they understand exactly how to do it with every different lead in every different contextual situation that they currently is there right now. And as a consequence of that, $3,000 in, $70,000 out. You can do the math on that one. It's a lot of return on advertising spend. It's a lot of dollars out for a very little amount of dollars in, because the sales operations and the daily client formula is working its fucking magic. Whew! You should be pissed off for not having already done this stuff. When you increase the ask, more clients, more cash, higher ROAS, more budget for ads, more stability, more ability to hire, the foundation for everything that you've been wanting to have for the fucking longest period of time. You are the problem. Your sales team is not the problem. You are the problem here. If you have setters or close saying, we don't have enough leads, the leads are bad, we need more outbound, they're doing the same thing as you and they're avoiding asking every single person to become a client. And that's a you problem. You have to take full responsibility of that. You need to lead them by showing them that you can ask one person to become a client per day. You can lead them and they will start to believe. Or you can send them to us while you are working with us and we will show them how to do it. But you are still going to need to have the fucking testicles to get out there and show them and be the leader on the team to be able to show them that it's possible on the daily basis, because they are your team member, not ours, but we can help in the scenario there for you too. And you will have the same rep with the same skill and a different standard that you have installed with them. At the end of the day, you guys are just avoiding what makes money. You've built the content, you have the funnels, you have the systems, you're spending money on ads, or you're spending effort and time reaching out to people on social media doing outbound outreach. But you're fucking avoiding asking people to become a client because you're terrified of getting it wrong or being perceived or judged or feeling like you're not doing it accurately or correctly, and that's dumb as fuck. So for the next 7 days, ask 5 people to become a client per day, 7 days straight. No excuses, no perfection. If you do it properly, your business will fucking change. If you don't, just be honest. You didn't actually want the fucking result. You just wanted to avoid discomfort, right? And if you want to scale this properly, again, here's the pitch. I'm going to ask you. I'm doing exactly as I promised you should do. I'm promising you I'm going to keep pitching you guys too. Because I believe if you've watched 21 minutes of this, you'd be a fucking idiot for not working with me. If you are partially considering it, you need to watch more of my stuff. You need to convince yourself before you get there. We can map something out, but really know that we are the right people for you. The one piece we can do is we can have this dialed in with the right offer, ads bringing in consistent leads, a trained sales team, back-end systems that retain clients, and you get a room full of killers that are doing 50 to 300 grand a month, right? We have the one-to-one calls you get with me and my team every single fucking twice a month right now to be able to work on the biggest issues you're currently experiencing in the business, get our direct help, call you out on the dumb shit you're fucking doing right now, and prevent you from actually making the money that you want. And for those of you who are like, my offer's not good enough, whatever the fuck it is, we will help you map out exactly what your offer should look like to sell for $3,000 to $5,000 per month, just like we did here with a client whose name is Doug, who had an email marketing agency. Most people think they can't fucking do that and make it crush. This was the offer we actually built out for him, the offer document, specifically the one that helped him sign, I think it was 7 clients in the space of 30 days after having launched this, after having consistently being told that someone would be able to solve this problem for him, and consistently being told that he would be able to get the help selling an offer like this, which is a weird offer. Advertising for people is way easier to actually communicate. Even this offer we were able to put together and show the ROI for people and show them that he could be a revenue engine for people and directly show them what they would be buying before they hopped onto a call with him. And as a consequence of that, dude signed 7 clients from people he thought would not be able to convert, from people who were waiting for someone to show them exactly what a good offer looked like that would solve their fucking problems. Even in hard to sell offers, we can help you sell for $3,000 to $5,000 per month. That's the first thing we do. Then we get the ads up, make sure that your team are dialed in from the back end and everything else as well. And we make sure you have every single playbook under the sun. You have playbooks that are relative to creating demand, so marketing, revenue, so sales, and making sure you or your team can actually do that, retention, and making sure that your team are running the day-to-day for you. The promises that I make you are building $1 million to $3 million business, having your team run the day-to-day for you, make sure that you have profitable acquisition and LTV that help you put money back into the business and keep you focused on marketing, sales, and leadership to the point where your team are making 6 figures a year as well, so that you actually have the ability to be able to make sure that they stay long-term, hold the weight of the responsibility of the KPI, of the results they're meant to produce, while we help train them up for you as well, and make sure that you actually get the results that you're looking for in a way where you have enough profit per month to be able to invest into real estate, whatever fucking cool cars you want, whatever fucking next business ventures that you actually want to be a part of. All these playbooks are the things you get as a consequence of working with us in that time frame too. You also get the group calls. We run 6 of them per week on marketing, on sales, on retention, on team and leadership and performance, and then one every 6 weeks where we actually do a 6-week game plan to work on the main things that are preventing you from being able to win right now in your business, so you and your team can focus on the things that actually move the needle and get help from us directly one-to-one to smash those fucking walls down, so you don't end up in a position where you repeat the same cycle over and over and over and over and over again. And you can come and join us at the free Live events we do every single year. We just finished up one in Scottsdale. It was only 2 weeks ago. We have all of our clients get together. We have our top clients share what's working for them. We had 3 of our clients do it in our last one. There was, let's have a quick look here. You got Garrett, who went from $15,000 per month to $250,000 per month in his agency. You have Savannah, who went from $8,000 per month in her marketing agency to $70,000 per month in her marketing agency. Faris, who's in our team, who actually was a past client as well, who came and joined our team, who helps everyone scale their fucking businesses up, and he got his own agency and consulting business up to 50 grand a month before he came and did that too. And Christian, who started with us at $500 per month, who ended up at, he's currently at just shy of $80,000 per month, and that only took 12 months for him to get there too. They share with you what's working. We share with you the most up-to-date things that are actually scaling high-ticket online service businesses like marketing agencies or, coaching, consulting businesses, whatever else that it is too. You get access to all those things when you work with us. You get access to the one-to-one help and the daily group chat that is lit as fuck. This thing is on fire every single day. You get people sharing what's working. Everyone can see the exact back end of what's happening in other people's businesses that are already doing 30 to 50 grand. Or, sorry, the big dogs here is minimum for this group is $50,000 per month. And then you've got the predictable sales side, which is anyone from 10 grand and upwards. This thing is the most live group chat I've ever seen in my life. Every single person is communicating every single day about what's working, what's not, how to get help. Everyone is willing to share every fucking secret. They're sharing what's working behind the scenes right now of big high ticket service businesses just like yours. Agencies in email, agencies in advertising, agencies in AI, anything you can think of, right? And then you have your own one-to-one chat here where we are consistently every single day going back and forth to make sure that you know exactly what to do. If you can see how much communication is happening in this group chat, it is the exact same amount in your isolated singular client chat that we work with you on to make sure that you get one-to-one help. And that's from me, from my team, and anyone else that you know that you need help from. We will hop on. You can have a one-to-one call booking, link to booking with any one of us to be able to figure out what in marketing's not working, what in your team's not working, what in your leadership's not working, or just to be told to stop being a little fucking bitch and spend more money on ads. Whatever it is that you need at that point in time, we are there to help you do that. And if you would like help doing that, click the link below, book in for a call, have money prepared, know it's not going to be cheap, but know that it's going to be fucking worth it, and know that you will be able to get the results that you want long term in a way that you actually want to achieve it, and have people by your side that actually know what they're doing, that have done it for fucking 700 people so far, and have the ability to be able to help you outwork the bullshit you're experiencing, the bad days, and solve problems on a daily basis that you've been overcomplicating or overthinking for fucking maybe years now. Whew! Big pitch. I know that, right? But you also needed to hear that because you know that you need to be doing that more often for your clients as well. So if you didn't like that, it's because you know that you need to be getting way better at doing that shit too. In any event, go and become a better version of yourself and ask more people to become a fucking client so you can invest in working with me and becoming the best version of yourself, hitting the numbers that you want, leading in the way you want, being the family leader that you want so you can actually live the life that you want. Starts with the daily client formula. Run ads, do the daily client formula, train your team on it, make as much money as you fucking can, reinvest it back into fucking everything, and live the life that you want. See you guys on the other side. Peace.